What's going on, everybody? Kyle on Open Pac-Man Sports Cards. Nice to see you again. We are here with the question of the week. So, as we started off last week, kind of some questions we get in the shop from new customers, old customers alike. So we're just going to continue on. This week we're going to talk about a question we get all the time. Should I grade this? So should your card be graded? And I'm going to say that with a hard maybe. There's many different reasons why you might want to choose to grade your card. And I usually will ask people that, like, what are you hoping to get out of the grading experience? Let's say me and my father opened a box of cards back in the 80s together, and I had a Kirby Puckett rookie that we pulled together. And it's not in the greatest of shape. However, it's sentimental. It's something that I won't sell, right? But having it slabbed and encased and kind of memorialized is a great thing. So if there's a card like that, I say sure. For the price of grading some, cards about up to $500, it's going to set you back $25 to have a lifetime memory. Go ahead and get your card graded. Now, I think the reason most people will think about should I grade this card is, am I going to make money? And that's always a interesting question. So I would say if the card has some general value as it is, if you're grading $2 cards, if it does not get a 10, and even when it does get a 10, you're going to be pretty close to breaking even. And if it gets a 9, then you might be putting money in the trash can. So pulled this card out to show everybody. So this was a card from a couple years ago. Austin Martin was the hottest rage thing. I actually think he's been called up by the Twins. HGA was the hot new grading company, and this card ended up being an 8.5. It probably should have never been graded in the first place just based on the centering. We bought this in a collection, but this is the time that you took to spend the card in, spent whatever you spent with HGA, $10, $15. The card's probably worth $5, maybe. So what are you hoping to do there? Obviously, the more value the card has, if it's a $100 card and it's in great condition, then yes, grading enhances that value, gives you an opportunity to make maybe a $100 card in a PSA 10 form, maybe be worth $250, $300, and you can do that by spending that $20, $25 to get the card graded. So that's kind of the next question. Should I grade my card? Well, with GMA, I don't know PSA. So our answer to that is, if you're selling or you're just wanting to slab a card just to have it slabbed up, okay, you're going to spend the time to do that, and you're also going to pay to send it to GMA, whoever it may be, HGA. We send to PSA mainly because in the market, PSA cards in high grade sell for more money than other grading companies. Now, I'm going to take some equations out of that for those of you that do know, like a Beckett Black Label. That's kind of like a step above everything else. So I'm not really talking about that, but I'm talking about, a Beckett 10 to a SGC 10 to a PSA 10. The PSAs are going to sell for more. So with that being said, that's where we send them. I'm not saying that's the only place to send them, the right place to send them. That's just what we do. So if you're looking to enhance the value, I would consider that as an option as well. So with that being said, the last thing is we do get a lot of questions on people bring their cards in, like, what do you think this will get? Trust me, I've sent in a lot of cards, and my own customers and all that. Mainly, I'll just talk about my own. I've sent in cards that have come back 7s and 8s, and I'm looking at them going, I'm in the same boat as you sometimes. I don't know where they found that grade. And so if we knew exactly, we wouldn't have anything but 10s, because that's all we'd send in. So we don't usually give advice on that. But what I do say is that usually the new shiny chromy stuff, when it comes out of a pack, it's going to be a 9 or a 10, unless there's something you can noticeably see on it. Usually those cards are coming out, they're shiny, chromy, in decent condition. It's going to be a 9, usually mint, with a shot at a 10. Some of the paper cards out of Top Series 1 and Series 2, though, sometimes, you kind of get in that 8 territory. But Topps will even tell you that's their cards near mint or better is what's to be expected. But 9s or 10s on the shiny chromy stuff is usually where it's at. So should you grade it? I don't know. Sometimes you take that risk. Maybe it's a 10, maybe it's a 9, and there you have it. So that's about it. Should you grade your card? Again, I would start with the quality card, the card quality, the card value. That's important first and foremost. You start there and then you move your way up if it's got good value. But again, if this is got a sentimental value or it's a card from your childhood, don't hesitate. It doesn't always have to be about taking $20 and turning it into $40. Sometimes you turn $20 into a lifelong memory. So collecting's what it's all about, and that should play a role too. If you got stuck with that card someday, is that a card you want graded? So you have that as well. So that's all I have for everybody. I hope everybody likes this. If you have any questions that you'd like answered or you'd like our opinion on anyways, drop the questions down in the comments. We'll gladly take a look at them and see what we can schedule for upcoming videos. That's all I got. Good luck on the ripping.